Welcome to AHRK Encounter. I'm your host Melanie, and I'll be with you on this journey. We will be continuing our discussion on confidence and hope. I'm excited to see how we can utilize our communication skills to enhance our confidence and hope. Our guide today, Casey Cox, will take us through the lens of communication, where we will encounter an exceptional VIP. Now let's get you started on the AHRK Path journey with this quick video.
AHRK is the lifestyle path to better choices. It empowers us to live life to the fullest and paves the way for people like you and me to discover our unique purpose and passion. Choosing to walk the AHRK path invites transformation and growth in 5 key areas of life: leadership, communication, mindset, community, and lifestyle. As we dive into these lenses, they redirect our focus and guide us into a deeper understanding of where we're at today and where we're going tomorrow. This is AHRK Encounter.
What an exciting day to be together on the AHRK Encounter. I'm your host, Casey Cox. I'll be your guide actually on this show today, and I'm going to work on my communication. Imagine that. Even I, who sit on this stage and have to get my words right, sometimes the foot gets stuck in the mouth. And that is what we're going to encounter today, is how can communication encounter confidence and hope that even if I say the wrong thing or do something that I didn't intend to do, I can recover. I can be resilient. I can bounce back up and have confidence and hope that no matter what goes on, I still have a message to bring to the world. And that is where our communication and our confidence and our hope, they come together. And on the AHRK Encounter, what we want to do is invite you to understand that there's a certain way that your lens of communication can be enhanced through what you know about hope and confidence. So I've invited a very special guest today. I have here with me Maha. Oh, Maha, welcome.
Hi, Casey. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So good to have you, Maha. You are an amazing person, not just because you make my life better, but because you impact everybody's life, because you recognize that life is a message and you are living out that medium. And on our AHRK Encounter, we believe that every one of our guests is truly unarguable. They have values that are trustworthy. They lean into them. They are unshakable in the way that they walk their journey, and they are undeniably pushing their purpose out to the world. So, Maha, I think you're a VIP. Would you agree?
I agree.
Oh, are you agreeing because that's the right answer?
Yes.
That's okay too. I think you're a VIP because you know your values, you know your identity, and you live out your purpose. And so in doing so, you make the world a better place. So why don't you invite our listeners to understand what are some of those values that are deep down inside of you, that as you live out hope and confidence, you can communicate it clearly?
Well, I value family, creativity. It keeps me in tune with my creator. I value my Indonesian culture, and I value my relationship with God.
So say your entire name to value your Indonesian culture.
Maha Hanza.
And that's so much better than Maha. Maha's just a friendly chit-chat name, but that beautiful expression, there is only one Maha Hanza.
Good job.
All right,
yeah.
I got it. And that value of saying, you know what, that's my name. It lives inside of you and you communicate it and people want to listen to you. How does that live out as an identity? Where, as I look at identity, it's that thing that no one can take away your identity, because if they could, it wouldn't be yours. Okay, so what is it that makes you you? And it's been tested. It's stood the test of time.
Well, it's interesting that you brought up my name. My name actually means, Maha means the great, and Rasi is a star on the Orion constellation. So it's means the great star. And
I didn't know that, but I did know why I wanted Maha to come today. Go ahead, Maha.
And so it's funny, just recently I've actually tried to take my name more seriously. I grew up thinking, man, this name is so dramatic. My dad gave me this name, the Great Star. But as an adult, it's made me think about, well, why do I have this name? When I don't feel so great, when I don't feel like I'm worthy, I think about, well, my father gave me the name Maha, the Great. And I feel that I have a responsibility to take ownership of that name, and it pushes me. But as far as my identity, I've always thought that my identity was built around being an artist, being a singer, a songwriter, performing, being perfect in front of people. And the older that I get, and I think this journey maybe actually just started like last year, I realized that I am more than just a singer. That's what I love to do. That's what God's given me. He's given me creativity, the ability to create different things, maybe drawing, dancing, whatever it is. Still, that's not my identity. My identity now, I've taken up encourager. I'm a good friend. I listen. I empower people. I nurture.
And there's, I mean, can there be a better reason to have you be a part of this episode on the AHRK Encounter? We're talking about hope and encouragement and confidence, and you're living into your name, you're living into the great star, and you're making a difference in every medium that you touch. Now, it's not enough just to be a star, but a star is designed to shine. The purpose of the star is to shine. So what's your purpose? How does that shine out of you?
Well, I think that's been an ongoing journey for me still. I know that since I was little, though, I know that God's given me privileges, opportunities, gifts, and therefore I know I have a purpose. What that is, it's a journey for me still. But I know that as long as I am doing what I love, I'm loving people, I'm respecting people, and I'm encouraging them, that feels like a purpose. It feels like I'm accomplishing something that I am supposed to, and it feels natural. It's, I've seen it in people when they tell me, thank you, or that's changed them, that's helped them. However that manifests, I know that it's to love people, to encourage people, to help build people, whether it's through art, through music, through worship, through hanging out. That's my purpose, to love people.
So today you've met another VIP in my world, and now I hope it's part of your world. And I invite you to start down this path of discovering your own VIP, where you can step into a place of going, I am unique, and there's only one of me, and how will I make a difference in the world? Maha's with us today because communication is just part of who she is, through her art, through her singing, through her demonstration that she can encourage the world. And so Maha, let's go down this path of AHRK and really encounter communication, hope, confidence, and bring them together. And as we do that, we start with acknowledgement. So the acknowledgement is really it's acknowledging that you have a choice. You can choose to acknowledge something or just flat out deny it. But what you're doing is you're acknowledging the choice of perception, to see what is and isn't, and to look around you and decide, where do you give your attention to? What's real? Maha, what's real to you, and what are you giving your attention to?
Wow. Well, that's a choice I feel like I have to make every day. What is real, Maha? Because every day we're fighting these voices and these ideas. So we seek discernment, right? All the time. My truth, my real is the Word of God, is what Jesus says about me. He says I'm loved. He says I'm enough. And so that's my real. And sometimes I don't always feel that way. But that's what I try to hold on to. Just like how my dad gave me the name Maha. Try to hold on to that. I don't always feel great, but
sometimes it doesn't fit, but it's still your name.
Yeah.
And you got to live into that and choose it.
Right.
And you acknowledge that. I love that. And I love how you brought it together, that there's thoughts in your head that don't always line up. When did you become aware of that journey that when thoughts are in your head, but they're not serving you, that you can, I'm going to use a biblical language, you could take it captive. When did that happen? How did that start? Help me understand that.
I'm a creative person. I create. That's what I do. I believe that's a real gift, an identity that God has planted in me. And so when I see myself freeze and I see myself not creating, I see myself isolating, I realize there's some untruth happening here, because my God doesn't want that. He doesn't want me to be depressed. He doesn't want me to feel isolated. He doesn't want me to feel rejected. So, and he doesn't want me to not create. Why would he give me the abilities to do that?
Those are the opposites of hope.
Right.
Hope believes that something is possible. Hope believes in creativity. Hope believes that the unknown can become known. And what I'm hearing you say is that there's a place where you can go, and I call it below the line in the AHRK journey. We don't go below the line and get stuck. We got to rise back up. And you figured that out.
Yeah, so that's when I start realizing there's another truth here, because my truth isn't to be depressed, isn't to be isolated and just put my head down and hide from the world. That's not my truth. And so I start being intentional about, well, what is the truth? What does my God say?
So, maybe you don't have a special name. My name's Casey, and the only thing I ever heard about my name was that I'm going to strike out. I mean, Casey at the bat or something, and I'm like, wait a minute, I want a special name like Maha Hanza. I said that a little bit off, and I'm gonna clean it up next time. But I want you to know, it doesn't have to be your name. It doesn't have to be that you're an artist. We are all designed to be creators. And with the voice, with the mouth, when we speak life or we speak death. And so I'm inviting you to recognize that what's coming out, what comes out of your eyes, what comes out of your hands, everything we do communicates. And Maha, you've invited us into this understanding that acknowledgement is a choice, and it's possible. What I also recognize about communication is that sometimes we communicate very negatively against ourselves, even while we're talking positively to others.
Yeah. And
this is a learned art, as we bring in the art, is being able to recognize, I need to release those negative thoughts. And really what I'm talking about here is healing. Healing is also a choice. It's part of the process. It's a recognition that, you know what, I'm not stuck. I can learn something new. I can take on a new challenge, like showing up and being a part of an AHRK Encounter today. Maha, how have you seen healing transform people's worlds, whether it be yours personal, somebody else? Where have you seen somebody transform in their story, in their life? I'm going to give you one more. How have you seen a piece of your art be healed? Meaning, it started in point A, but it ended up at point B, and there was a process in between. Take any of those you want. I just gave you 3 of them.
There's a lot of answers there. Well, healing, we'll start with healing. I've experienced healing myself. There was a time in my life where I was deathly afraid of being a mom. And that is stemmed from not wanting to hurt anyone. It's not that my mom has hurt me all my life. I have gone through a series of trauma where it has caused me to be afraid of hurting my own children, my unborn future children.
A future idea was causing you a present pain. We're getting into psychology here, but it's about confidence and hope. And you recognize that the future experience hadn't happened, and yet you had to be able to separate out what's real. You go back to acknowledge, and now keep going on the healing path.
Yeah. And so around the time that I met my husband, and watching his love for children, and how he embraces his nieces and nephews, and how actually deep down I love children, and I am madly in love with my nieces and nephews, and just kind of how he encourages me daily, like, you're such a nurturer, you're amazing with them, oh my gosh, they love you so much. It's allowed me to start seeing that in myself and believing that, and I no longer have that fear. I'm excited about my future children, about kids, and And so that's fun. That's exciting.
So somebody outside of you was able to speak life into you. We're hitting the nail on the head with the communication. That a message of hope can actually become a seed of hope in somebody else that grows, and then now you have a new confidence to be moving into a place of motherhood whenever that privilege and opportunity comes your way. And so in healing, you've encountered that you let go of an old lie, you let in a new truth, and now you can build upon it.
Yep.
And that really is part of this AHRK process. We go down this path and we go, if I acknowledge something and see that, hey, I didn't ever look at it that way before. And then I move into healing to release what doesn't work and I engage it. I step into a place of restoration. And in the AHRK Encounter, we restore. And as we restore, what we're doing is we're really building, we're investing, we're maturing, we're growing into the best part of our lives. It is a choice of progress. You're not stuck. And Maha, have you ever felt stuck? Would you be willing to share in your past where you've been stuck before?
Many a times. Which one?
Anyone you choose.
So many times. I mean, as a creative, as an artist, you go through this roller coaster of feeling great, feeling like you've created something worthy, and then there are times where you feel rejected. You're silly for even trying this. You're not good enough, and that can get you stuck for a long time. And that's happened to me numerous of times.
So how do you bounce back from a shortcoming? Like if you you were aiming for something and you didn't get it. Talk to me about the restorative path of saying, but I still have my identity. And I'm not the failure, but hope gets back up. Walk me through some of that process.
I can't just say that it's my own strong, healthy mentality that I've been able to pull myself out of this, but truly, I've been blessed with people like you, great community. You speak into me a lot. My husband, when I feel that I'm no longer good enough, all of a sudden doors open and I get asked to fill in a position that I thought I was just not qualified for, whether it's singing, performing, drawing, whatever it is. It seems that I just continue to be pushed in that direction. And in those moments, that's when I know that I have the choice to either take these opportunities and rise this new hope, or shut the doors and continue to stay stuck. It's making those intentional choices.
Have you ever had the privilege of helping somebody else get unstuck? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I hope so.
I hope so too. I know you have. Let me ask it differently. Where do you shine where other people come alive?
Well, recently I've been really trying to take ownership of this title of being a good friend. I never really truly valued that or saw how important it was to be a good friend to someone until just recently. And I'm realizing when I listen to someone, when I encourage them, there could be so much healing that happens there. There could be so much restoration where it truly changes their mindset, their own, their outlook on themselves and their life. And they start to shine.
They do.
And they see their abilities, their gifts, and
So as we step into our light, we inspire others to shine. And really what this does on the AHRK Encounter is it leads us to a place of the kingdom. And the kingdom is where that unarguable, unshakable, undeniable place where you really plant your feet and you go, I'm here, this is mine. And I'm living this out and nothing's gonna knock me off my game. And that is a place of hope. That is a place of confidence. And that's really what we're accumulating up today. So Maha, thank you for being here. But before you go, if you could design, you're a creator, you're an artist. So now design in your mind. Design for me a party. We're painting this picture right now.
Okay.
And you're going, Casey, you told me you wouldn't throw something like this at me, but you're an artist.
Okay.
Paint a picture of a party that would be your favorite. What's the party? I mean, where's the party? Where is the setting? What's happening? I want a party.
Woo. Okay.
Design it.
No budget.
No budget. Abundance. Kingdom abundance.
Abundance. Okay. Well, my party would have like flowers, plants everywhere. For the entrance for my guest, I would have a live band.
Okay.
I would have, I don't know, what's a really good meal? What's your favorite meal?
So Indonesian specialties.
I would have Indonesian specialties food. And I would have a fun DJ that would just make us dance all night long together. Yeah, something like that.
How many people?
I like people. I like a lot of people. If we're gonna party and have fun, let's say 100.
I'll go there with you. So what I just did to Maha is I invited her to picture what does that kingdom celebration look like? And most of us don't take the time to picture it. We don't imagine what it would look like for us to actually be celebrating life. And in an AHRK encounter, that's the culmination. It's not where we stop, it's really where we begin. So I want to invite you today. Would you be willing to start hoping for a party in your life? Would you engage with confidence to believe that anything is possible? Maha, thank you for inviting us into your story and your VIP and inspiring the rest of us to begin to search for it. We're not going to leave you here. We're actually going to invite you to continue the journey with us along the AHRK path. And so there's so many places to go and resources available for you. Listen up to Melanie and she's going to tell you where to find things to go.
That was an incredible discussion. Something that I learned is that as communicators, we're designed to be creators in our thoughts, actions, and hope for the future. Now, if you like what you heard today, you can check out our website at www.arcpath.com. And what are you waiting for? Follow us on social media at ARCpath. We even have a podcast featuring the talented Casey Cox and Bernard Brashera, available wherever you stream podcasts. You can even download our app, Circles Now, available in the App Store, for more course packages launching soon. Thank you for tuning in to AHRK Encounter, and we'll see you on the next one.